As usual, we start to talk about the versions of the PHP. There was one more version of the PHP 5.6, despite it is already past the end of support for existing features. It will only get updates for security fixes. And there is also an update for PHP 7 and PHP 7.1. But we'll talk a bit more about it later when we get into the details. Next, we start talking about the proposals of this month. And right here, we are seeing a proposal, actually a discussion for something to make the PHP mail function better by changing the handling of the fifth parameter. It seems that the proposal is to add options using the fifth parameter that usually, when specified, it is a string, but you could use an array with option values that would allow to have many more options besides the first. Next, we talk about a proposal from Scott Arsiewski regarding class constants. Now that we have public, protected, or private, he is proposing also to declare some constants as final. So this would prevent that subclasses would change the value of the constant. Next, there is a proposal for static type hint. This is a bit confusing proposal, but I guess the author is proposing to have type hinting for class function parameters and return values to pass static objects. We'll get back to this topic in more detail, but this is one confusing proposal, probably because the proponent thinks classes are objects in PHP, and I think PHP is not like other languages that have that concept. And the next proposal is about allowing static type. Oh wait, this is the same proposal. The next proposal is to allow to import namespaces for global functions, just like you have for the classes, that you can have classes in namespaces. Then you would use some namespace definition, and you just need to specify the function by name and not the whole qualifier with the whole path of the namespace. The next proposal is to have typed collections, which basically would be arrays that would have to be enforced in a way that all elements of the array have the same type. I think this has already been proposed before somehow, so this is probably a variant of a similar proposal in the past. The next proposal, which is actually the last thing that we will discuss, is the resurrecting of an RFC to add libsodium as core extension to PHP 7.2. Libsodium is an extension for implementing security operations like encrypting, decrypting, hashing, and so on. And the idea is to make it a core extension for PHP 7.2. But while that does not happen, the author is already providing a polyfill in PHP that would provide the same functions, but in pure PHP code, so you do not have to rely on the PECL extension be made a core extension. And the polyfill extension is here.